Hey again, this is Andy from potatoesandpearls.com, and in this video I am going to show you how to make orange chicken in the Instant Pot. I make it a little tricky way, so I'm going to show you all the steps that I put in to get this one pot meal done very quickly so that you can have it on any weeknight right after this. The first thing I do is prepare rice. It's 1 cup of water to 1 cup of rice, and I normally add in salt, pepper, some butter, and a bay leaf. I go ahead and snap on the lid, and with rice it's 5 minutes on high. And so I just go ahead and let that cook while I prepare the chicken. As you've seen in some of my previous videos, I use a Instant Pot mini just because I'm normally cooking for myself or one other person. So for my recipe, I normally use about 2 chicken breasts. I cut them into about 3/4 to 1 inch size pieces. You just want like chicken nugget size pieces. So I am cutting them up here, and I am going ahead and placing them in a mixing bowl where we are going to add our coating. I like to use rice flour on my chicken when frying it. It normally gets a crispy coating without having to add egg or milk or any of that other stuff. I dumped in about 1 cup of rice flour. Probably not going to use it all, but I like to work with 1 cup just to make sure that everything gets coated. And if there's some excess, I normally sprinkle it in while it's frying, sprinkle it on top of the chicken. I'm also going to add in some salt to the chicken. And I am also going to add in some pepper as well to the chicken. And I like to put in a little bit of garlic powder as well, which I just sprinkle into the mix and get that all stirred up in the bowl and make sure that all the pieces are coated evenly. So after I go ahead and mix together the chicken, I set that aside and I take my rice out of the Instant Pot. It is all done and cooked perfectly. You want to make sure if you do use bay leaves, take that bay leaf out right away. I go ahead and I put in about another tablespoon of butter, and I go ahead stir that up just to make sure that there's not rice stuck to the bottom of the pot, and then I go in with a fork and fluff up the rice so it gets that nice fluffy rice texture and it's not all lumped together in hard or weird clumps. And the rice is hot, so that butter is going to melt down very shortly. I have the pot in saute mode, and I had already added in some olive oil, so the pot is hot and saute mode is on high. I want to go ahead and add the chicken. Because my Instant Pot is so small, I work in layers, so I add a little bit of chicken at a time to make sure that everything gets cooked. If you have a larger Instant Pot than I do, you'll probably be able to add all of the chicken at one time, like if you're using 2 chicken breasts. But I go ahead and get that into the hot pot so the chicken can start to brown and some crisp can get onto the outside of the chicken. So as you can see, some of the pieces of chicken have gotten a yellowish color on the outside. They're starting to brown up. In the pot, you can see the oil bubbling. Once again, I am in saute mode, so the pot gets really hot, so just be careful if you're using saute mode. Clearly it's hot enough to fry or saute chicken. I'm going ahead and adding in a little bit more rice flour just because I want there to be a good coating on the outside of the chicken, and you'll see why in a little bit when I add in the orange chicken sauce. As you can see, I've cooked all of my chicken. It took me maybe about 5 to 8 minutes to get the chicken a little bit crispy and get a brown coating on the outside. If you're working with a larger Instant Pot, it may take you a little bit shorter time, but I had to work in batches. I'm adding in the orange sauce. I am using a orange sauce from Panda Express that they sell in the grocery store, and I used about half of the bottle, so that was maybe like a cup of orange sauce to this, and I go ahead and I pour it directly into the pot. My goal is to make sure that the chicken is covered with the orange sauce, so I stir my chicken up in the sauce just to make sure that every piece is coated. What I'm going to do is add the lid to the Instant Pot. I've turned it off of saute mode. I'm adding the lid to the Instant Pot, and I'm going to put it in the less mode. So normally your Instant Pot will automatically be in normal mode. You want to turn it down to less, and you're going to cook it for about 1 to 2 minutes. You may get a burning alert because the orange chicken sauce, especially the kind from the store, has a high sugar content in it, but trust me, it's not going to burn. Just if you get the burning notice, just go ahead and turn off your Instant Pot and do a manual release. So I had my chicken cook for about a minute, and as you can see, this sauce has thickened up. It is that nice sticky texture that you get when you get orange chicken out at a Chinese restaurant or Panda Express or wherever you get your orange chicken from, and that's the texture that I like. So I took my rice out of the pot, and I have gone ahead and plated my chicken. I cut up a few green onions and sprinkled that on top with some sesame seeds, and it's a really good, quick meal to make. You have some chicken, you have some orange sauce, you have some rice, and you're good to go. I love making this at least once a week. It's so delicious, and it's like eating out at a restaurant, but you know you made it yourself, so you know it's white meat chicken. You know everything is fresh. So I hope this video was able to help somebody. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you are into food videos, especially Instant Pot, air fryer, if you are into food travel, if you are into home, this is a channel for you, and you should consider subscribing. So until next time, bye.